Well, the big question of the night is, what role is the gentleman behind us going to play in that Spanish radio station's coverage? If he is the main commentator, we're in trouble. So bear with us. Well, it's a lovely mild evening here in Manchester. No need for a coat for all of the 75,000 plus people who are sitting inside Old Trafford. And the Manchester United players have come out without tracksuit tops on, so they've got their red shirts on, ready for action. White shorts, white socks. Celta Vigo must have cheered what they might find in Manchester, because they've come out with very warm-looking hoodies on. The very palest of pale blue hoodies with the Celta Vigo badge on the chests, and they're standing either side of the halfway line as the big Europa League circular flag that has been held over the centre circle is raced away by dozens and dozens of children in silver bibs, and then the handshakes over the halfway line. So Old Trafford is set and ready to host its first European semi-final match since Sir Alex Ferguson called the shots around here. I'm not sure if he's here. Everyone's standing up in the director's box to our left. Our commentary position in the Sir Bobby Charlton stand as it is now, just to the right of the director's box, and the two sets of players are lining up for the team photographs. So Manchester United side tonight and the Celta Vigo team exactly the same as it was for the first leg. So United with Romero in goal again. He's played in all of the knockout matches in the Europa League for United, Sergio Romero, and he continues. The back four of Valencia, Bailly, Blint and Darmian. Then that big midfield three of Fellaini and Pogba, and to a lesser extent Herrera, but full of energy of course. Then Lingard, Mkhitaryan and Marcus Rashford. Antonio Valencia is just shaking hands with Hugo Mayo, the right back, the captain of Celta Vigo, one of their homegrown players, and they've exchanged pennants, and Mayo is just throwing that red United pennant to one of the Celta Vigo staff. And the Celta Vigo team, Alvarez, who by common consent most people felt should have done better with that Marcus Rashford free kick for the only goal of the tie so far. So Alvarez in goal, then Mayo, Cabral, Roncaglia and Johnny Castro, but he goes just by the name of Johnny at left back. Midfield of Pablo Hernandez, Nemanja Radoja, then Daniel Vass, the Danish, the blonde-haired Dane, and the front three of Iago Aspas, once of Liverpool, then John Guidetti through the middle, tall, shaven-headed, once of Manchester City, and the Danish international Pione Sisto on the left-hand side, who scored here for Midtjylland last season in the Europa League. So we're ready to go. Manchester United against Celta Vigo. Manchester United 1-0 up from the first leg, and the referee from Romania, Ovidiu Hatachan, blows his whistle, and Manchester United get us underway and immediately pump the ball down the right-hand side, where it's headed out of play for a throw-in to United. There is a ball on the pitch. Thank goodness for that. He was just introducing the commentary. Mind you, he couldn't carry on like that all night, not for 90 minutes. Fellaini, then Pogba misses his touch right in front of Mourinho, who steps forward with a little burst of nervous energy. So a poor touch from Pogba, and the ball's out of play for a throw-in to Celta Vigo. Chris Waddle's with us, who played in the European Cup final for Marseille, to watch the second leg of this Europa League semi-final. The winners will go to Sweden the week after next, and as long as Manchester United don't lose this game, it'll be United in Stockholm in 13 days' time. Here's Bailly at the back, who passes it forward to Pogba, who turns on the halfway line, but then the ball is hit forward by Cabral straight to United. Fellaini holds up a couple of challenges, doing just the job that Mourinho wants of him in there, and playing the ball back to Blint, who's given it away, and now Aspas down the right-hand side to the edge of the area. Aspas goes past Blint, he's on his right foot, he stops the ball in the dead ball line, plays it across to Sisto, whose touch was poor. Sisto still in possession, plays it square to Hernandez. Hernandez now curling the ball in low to the near post, but it's easy for Romero in the end to stretch forward and fall on it and hold it.
Good start, sloppy play, Man United giving the ball away. Aspas nicks in, gets it, goes past two players if they weren't there, but I've got to say his decision was poor. He wanted to get it back onto his left foot, playing on that right hand side. Check back. I think he should have squared it with his right foot. He was making a run to the near post. Good start, Celta Vigo.
1-0 on aggregate, Manchester United lead. I know many United fans coming here tonight, because it's very much the Manchester way, isn't it? Coming here thinking, I can just see this being 1-1 with 10 minutes to go and it becoming a very nervous evening. Well, the Manchester United players have got to make sure we don't get into that position. It's a pressure night for them. The last time they played one another just a week ago in Spain, Manchester United considered this was the best route to get into the Champions League. Well, after that defeat at Arsenal, it's probably the only route to get into the Champions League next season. As Lingard loses possession on the halfway line, or is dispossessed more correctly. Vass now back towards Johnny, the left back, and then back into central defence to the Argentine pair of Roncaglia and Cabral. The other central defender, Andreu Fontas, is on the bench again, the former Barcelona man. They feel that Roncaglia is better suited to deal with the pace of Rashford and Lingard. Free kick conceded by Herrera near the halfway line. So Celta with a free kick out on the right.
Started very well, they're moving the ball very quickly, 1 and 2 touch. There's a thought, Man United sitting deep, waiting for that counter-attack. Rashford high on his own upfield, trying to occupy the two centre-halves. Both playing the same system, 4-3-3, but Man United playing very, very deep.
BBC 5 live from Manchester, live from Old Trafford. The floodlights brightly on despite the light skies overhead. And the ball being taken forward by Cabral, who spots the run of Aspas down the right hand side. So much space for him. Aspas on his left foot, curls it goalwards, and Romero throws up a right arm and pushes it over the top of the crossbar. Corner.
I don't know what Darmian's doing there. Great ball, reverse pass. He looked as Aspas looked as if he was coming to feet, and then he takes off, play the ball into space. Darmian falls asleep. And again, that man Aspas, he started the game very, very well, and that's the one play you don't want to be on the ball. Decent effort, comfortable save.
Meanwhile, the whole of Vigo must think that Celta have scored. It's a corner.
And by the way, they can hear him from here.
Vass with a corner from just next to the tunnel in front of the Stretford end. Takes it short for Sisto. Sisto looking for Vass, but Valencia is there with a challenge to put it behind for a second consecutive Celta Vigo corner. Still 0-0 on the night, very early stages. Mourinho looks quite tense down there, I must say. He marches back up the red brick steps and takes his seat in the dugout. Vass again with a corner from the left. He is the set piece man for Celta Vigo. Vass into the near post, and it's headed up and over the near post and behind for a goal kick. Hernandez with the header.
I've got to say, Celta Vigo's played better here in the opening 5 minutes, than they did for me in the whole game last week.
It was Radoja, I think, who got his touch to that, the Serb in midfield. But it's a goal kick to Manchester United. Romero will take this. Fellaini wins the header against Sisto. Lingard helps it on down the right hand side. Rashford now putting Roncaglia under pressure, and the Argentine plays it across the edge of his 6-yard box. Rashford chasing, and Alvarez had to clear it away under pressure, and then Herrera adjudged to have fouled Vass on the halfway line.
That's 2 early fouls, Herrera. I think the next one he's getting a card.
And Celta Vigo, who are in the sort of grey-blue shirt, shorts and socks with the light blue trim. They call them the Sky Blues. Os Celeste. And Sisto takes it up, the Ugandan-born Danish international, who swings the pass out, aiming for Aspas, who heads it in. It's cut out by the head of Darmian at left back. And Celta Vigo have to start again from inside their own half. Europa League semi-final on 5 Live tonight. Tomorrow night, back to the Premier League. 5 Live, the place to hear commentary on West Brom against Chelsea, as Lingard is tripped on the halfway line, and it's a free kick to Manchester United. Yep, we'll be live from the Hawthorns tomorrow. Tonight, it's Old Trafford, as United take this free kick down the right-hand side, but Roncaglia does well against Rashford and turns it in field. They are very wary of the pace of Rashford. Hernandez, Pablo Hernandez, the Chilean midfielder, was talking about that yesterday. They call him Tucu, because he was born in Tucumán in South America. Here is Cabral at the back, who plays it to Mayo. Mayo up the line towards Aspas. Aspas then back into centre field where Radoya plays it forward, and now Hernandez was quickly in. The ball runs to Vas. Vas now turns away to try and find some space in there. Manchester United are back in good numbers. Hernandez now for Celta, plays it to the left hand side. Celta are seeing lots and lots of the ball in these early stages. Still 0-0. Sisto turns away from Lingard. They're into the Manchester United defensive third now, but it goes back closer to the halfway line. And now Radoya has Pogba in front of him. So a little pass diagonal. Vas very nearly lost it. Indeed, he does lose it because Mkhitaryan comes in and just nicks it away from him. And now Blint just hoists one forward, which Rashford doesn't even challenge for. Celta with it. And then in comes Herrera. And back it goes towards Darmian in the left-back position. Up towards Rashford now through the middle. A little touch off the top of his thigh. Poor touch from Celta. Rashford plays it around Roncaglia, recovered well. And then when he felt the touch from Rashford, went tumbling to the ground, and it's a free kick to Celta. 0-0.
Well, you're looking at the players to get the foot on the ball. Pogba's one for me. He's got to start getting on the ball. And you've got, if you look at it, you've got a lot of pace in the side. Mkhitaryan's got to get on the ball. You've got a lot of pace in the side, but you're just giving the ball away constantly. It's hurried, it's too hurried. They've got to take a bit more composure, but he's set a team out to play counter-attacking football, so they are going to lose the ball a lot. Yeah,
it's naturally cautious, isn't it, the way that they've started this game. Mkhitaryan just leaves it in the centre circle, and then Rashford lazily curls a low pass to Valencia on the right hand side. Only 2 red shirts in the box though, as Valencia's into the full back position on the right. Valencia tries to scoop it into the area, which he does, but it bounces through, and the bearded goalkeeper Alvarez is quickly out to claim it, and then launches one downfield for Aspas to chase. Had to be cut out by Darmian, it was, but he gave it straight to Guidetti. Now to Aspas again. Aspas plays it square, lovely touch from him to Vas, 25 yards out. Vas looks to get it back, but it's lifted out to Sisto instead on the left hand side. Sisto, Valencia very, very close to him. Sisto passes it back towards Johnny, who receives it again and plays it out to the right hand side. This is much more the Celta Vigo that we saw in the quarter-final, the 2 legs against the Belgians, Genk, when they played some really exciting football. Now here is Radoya to Sisto, middle of the Manchester United half. Again they exchange passes, Sisto and Radoya. Now Hernandez is just going to play it cagily and go back into his own half to Cabral. Now Aspas in a more central position. Back it goes, dominating the possession, Celta Vigo. They're outpassing Manchester United in the early stages. Sisto, little touch to his right, once again to Hernandez, puts his foot on the ball. Now it's square to Radoya again. Radoya to Vas, this is closer to the edge of the area. Vas now dances away from a challenge, plays it back further to the halfway line, then it's lifted forward by Hernandez to Guidetti, but it was behind him, and the offside flag is up against the Swedish international Guidetti. So all of that possession comes to nothing.
Man United have shown him a lot of respect. I think far too much, to be honest. I think they've got to look after the ball better. I think what they've done is they've worked the system on how to try and stop Celta Vigo moving the ball and all the passing they've got and the ability they've got. But sometimes when you do this and you drill it into players, you forget to play when you get it. And Manchester United so far have forgot how to play football. It's all right stopping the opposition, but when you get the ball, you've got to look after it. You've got to use it.
Well, the Stretford end break out into song, so they're trying to do what Jose Mourinho asked of them, but I'm sure many Manchester United supporters are waiting for United to put in a performance to get them going. But that's lovely from Pogba on the halfway line, juggles it away from 2 men, then plays it into the area to Rashford, but the covering challenge came in from Johnny to stab it behind for what is given as a goal kick. Final touch off Rashford.
I've got to say it's a corner, that, hasn't it? But it's the first time we've saw Paul Pogba in the game today. He's actually intercepted a pass on halfway line, and he showed great strength, great skill, juggling over 2 players, and then he bursts towards the back 4. Great run by Rashford. I'm getting ready for a replay here. Yep, it was a goal kick. Good decision.
Yep.
That's the first we've saw them.
Manchester United 0, Celta Vigo 0. I think we've worked out now that our friend behind us is used sparingly, isn't he? Whenever any team gets anywhere near the goal, then he comes in. He's the glory man, I think, isn't he?
Picks his games.
He picks his games and he picks his moments. It's 0-0. And here is Roncaglia running it away from the back. Oh, Sisto's caught in possession. Now Manchester United might make something of this. Valencia, though, is robbed by Hernandez, who is quickly back and was able to just poke it away from Valencia. They've had a better time in the first 10 minutes of this match, the midfield too, Hernandez and Radoya, than I think they did in the whole of the 90 minutes in Vigo. Here's Lingard, square to Pogba. Now Mkhitaryan, who's just not been involved in the game so far, and he's dispossessed. Then Lingard, the ball runs free. It's rather scruffy this. Rashford very coolly plays it back to Valencia into a little bit of space. And now Fellaini on the halfway line. The whistles from the Celta Vigo supporters to our right. 2,500. I think they're all wearing light blue shirts. I think it's almost been a three-line whip that they turn out in the sky blue home shirts of Celta Vigo. And now the home supporters are getting themselves going as well. It's 0-0. But really, in terms of the action, we've seen one effort from Aspas that was relatively comfortably saved by Romero.
I think Celta Vigo have settled well though. They've been good in possession, haven't they? They've been moving the ball 1 and 2 touch. Man United, as we thought, would sit back deep, frustrate, counter-attack.
Spanish commentator behind us clears his throat. I hope he's not getting a sore throat. That would be terrible. He lost his voice. Dear me. Here is Herrera. And now Pogba. And then Herrera goes back into his own half. Manchester United 0, Celta Vigo 0. Lingard, then back to Daley Blind in central defence. Blind, who could find himself up against Ajax, his former club. He's an Amsterdam boy, born in Amsterdam, Daley Blind. And in Lyon tonight, it is still Lyon 0, Ajax 0 in the second leg of the other semi-final, which kicked off at exactly the same time. So Ajax with that commanding 4-1 lead. It looks like Ajax against probably Manchester United, but it's been a little bit of an uncomfortable start here for United, but still 0-0. Herrera now in the centre circle. Herrera tries to slip the pass forward to Mkhitaryan, who is clearly in an offside position. Free kick Celta Vigo.
He's kicked the ball away as well, but the referee's having a word with him. Holding a silly yellow card. But good possession by Man United, but not going anywhere.
So 0-0. And United, Fellaini trying to press Radoya, but he just eases a pass back to the right. And then when Celta Vigo are in possession there, Manchester United sit right off them, dropping back into their own half, allowing them possession in the central third of the field. Mourinho trying to direct operations in his grey coat on the edge of the coaching area, and Valencia sees the ball out of play for a throw-in to Manchester United. The last away team to beat Manchester United here at Old Trafford in a European tie were coached by Jose Mourinho. It was that Jose Mourinho Real Madrid team on what was Sir Alex Ferguson's last match in the Champions League as the Manchester United manager. Remember Nani's sending off, Mourinho's substitutions, and since then 17 matches, I beg your pardon, Manchester United have played here at home without defeat in the European competitions. Celta Vigo with Johnny chipping it forward towards the halfway line. Vass then works it in field, and now Johnny has continued his run. A little touch off into Hernandez, who's chopped down by Pogba, and it's a free kick to Celta in the centre.
I think one more challenge from either side, and I think the card will be out.
Free kick. And again Manchester United drop back into position. Eduardo Berizzo, who's out of contract at the end of the season, finished 6th last season under Berizzo. He's been in charge. This is the end of his 3rd season. They were telling me last week that he's very likely to become the new manager of Sevilla in the summer. But this, their 2nd semi-final of the season. Lingard now for Manchester United. Manchester United already EFL Cup winners this season. Lingard playing it to Mkhitaryan on the left-hand side. Mkhitaryan, Mayo backpedals, so Pogba gives it to Darmian on the left. Then it's back towards the halfway line. Groans from the home supporters that Manchester United are going backwards here to Blint. And now Blint steers it forward up the left flank. Darmian's in there. Mkhitaryan then goes round Aspas. Mkhitaryan in field towards Rashford, who's in a deep line position. Kills it in. Fellaini with that. Again! Manchester United score! And it's Fellaini! Where did he come from? What a great run from the Belgian, heading it in from an angle from close range, and Manchester United lead Celta Vigo with their first attempt on goal by 1-0. And now in the semi-final there's no room for manoeuvre for Celta Vigo from here.
It's a great goal, very patient. As you say, the fans will get a little bit frustrated. They're going back square, and all of a sudden it just opens up. It just comes inside as Rashford just cuts inside with the ball. Fellaini arrives at the far post. He's definitely onside. Full-back falls asleep. I've got to say, you've got to question the keeper as well at the near post. If he heads it back across the goal, you think, yes, good goal. But he's actually scored at the near post where the goalie's got a hand to it. Should have done better, but I just can't see Celta Vigo coming back now.
Well, they've got to score twice without reply, Celta Vigo now. And that goal coming in the 17th minute, 18th minute, around about that point. And the pass from Rashford as well, though. Having scored that free kick in the first leg, you know, that was a glorious ball to Fellaini.
That was just perfectly weighted. When the full-back fell asleep, he'd got to be tight, especially someone like Fellaini, who he knows very dangerous in the air. And as I say, John, I think the keeper should do a lot better. He's not the tallest keeper in the world.
No, 5'10".
Yeah, 5'10". He should have done a lot better, though.
Yeah, well, I think in the opinion of most of us, felt he should have done better with the Rashford free kick in the first leg, and likewise there from the Fellaini header. So it's 1-0 on the night. Rashford now set off through the middle, and Johnny comes in with a sliding challenge in the D to take it away from Rashford. But now the mood completely different, and that little bit of tension, that nervousness that there was around Old Trafford, you can hear now. The Stretford end led the singing there, and now it's echoed all around the stadium. 2-0 on aggregate, and Manchester United inching, well, more than inching, closer to the final in Stockholm at the Friends Arena in Solna, when they'll be there, they hope, in 13 days' time for what will be their 7th major final in the major European competitions, the knockout competitions, not including UEFA Super Cup. Ball up towards Guidetti on the edge of the area. Fellaini in with a challenge. Marouane Fellaini enjoyed that moment, didn't he, the way that he celebrated, peeling away, pointing at the name on the back of his shirt. He doesn't score many, but he scored here, remember, Chris, in the semi-final in the EFL Cup against Hull City. That was a really important goal, and now he scored in this semi-final as well. 1-0 on the night. Pogba with a little ball through Mkhitaryan. Now Lingard lifts it over the top for Mkhitaryan, in from an angle, but blasts a volley high over the angle of post and bar, halfway up the lower tier of the East Stand.
Confidence is coming now. Man United 1-0 up. But you can see Celta Vigo feeling the drop heads already for me, and Man United getting a lot of time and space and using that pace, what we talked about. That was just a simple ball over the top. Mkhitaryan changing pace, really gets in behind. He should never really got there. Hits the volley high and wide, but Man United a lot of confidence at the minute, and Celta Vigo are feeling sorry for themselves.
Yeah, it was a twitchy first 15 minutes, and in fact Blint has lost possession again, and then is all over the back of Aspas. There's no free kick. He's well, didn't he? Aspas can't believe it. He's waving his arms at the official, the assistant behind the goal, and the assistant on the far side of the field, and now he's palms apart looking at the Romanian referee. Well, not quite sure how he didn't get a free kick for that. Oh, lovely from Mkhitaryan through the middle, beats two men. Now Lingard, but shoots, and it took a deflection which sent it looping over the top of the crossbar for a corner.
So Mkhitaryan, drifts inside, different player, brilliant on the ball at times. Some of the stuff he does, he goes past people as if they're not there. Brilliant bit of play. Lingard gets a shot nicely, but again a block, and Celta Vigo's got to dig in here because it's Manchester United. I think it's finished anyway, the time, but they can definitely finish before half-time.
Well, Aspas here is absolutely furious with the referee, and while Celta are looking to defend this corner, Aspas is still pleading with the referee, and you can tell from his body language, he's saying there, he was all over me, Darmian, but he didn't get the free kick, which would have been right on the edge of the area in the full-back position. However, corner Manchester United. Blint with a deep one towards the back post. There are players down, Pogba on the floor, and the ball misses everyone, and it's behind for a goal kick to Celta Vigo. Manchester United leading by 1-0 if you've just joined us on 5 Live. Marouane Fellaini with a close range header from an angle that Alvarez, the goalkeeper, should have done better with, couldn't keep it out. So 1-0 tonight, 2-0 on aggregate. And we're just watching the Aspas Darmian challenge at the other end.
He had a claim, he definitely had a claim. I'll give him that.
Certainly had a claim.
Trouble is, Celta Vigo now, they're frightened to come up the back four.
Yep.
They're frightened to press high because they know the pace Man United's got. So every time they have tried to press a little bit higher, Man United's got in behind. Well, that's what, through attacks.
Yeah. And there is now, as I say, no margin for error for Celta Vigo. From this point on, they really do need the perfect game. 2-0 on aggregate. They have to score 2 goals without reply. Oh, Herrera. Guidetti came in. Herrera kicked. He tried to kick the ball, but missed it completely and kicked over Guidetti. No free kick. Rashford then spins away from Johnny. Rashford into the area on the right, pulls it across, took a deflection, and that carried it behind both Fellaini and Lingard, who are in the box. It's not out of play yet. Lingard has it on the left-hand side. Mkhitaryan, who's come to life since the goal. Pogba, who is caught partially by Aspas, who got a touch on the ball. Pogba again, he's going to shoot from way out, and that's extremely wasteful. From 30 yards, 35 yards, it ballooned wide and high and behind for a goal kick. And Manchester United lead Celta Vigo by 1-0.
Just totally control of the football match. Since that goal went in by Fellaini, Celta Vigo have just lost their rhythm. They started very well, I thought, moved the ball quickly, they looked dangerous, and all of a sudden, since that goal's gone in, 5 or 6 of them have just turned off now, switched off, and it's all Man United.
So it looks very likely now that it will be Manchester United against Ajax in the final in Sweden. Mkhitaryan, what a jump! He beat Mayo, all ends up, and in the end United lose possession, but Mkhitaryan suddenly looks in a mood to turn on all of the tricks. Might say another scorpion goal from him tonight, Chris. Free kick to Celta in the centre circle after a foul on Hernandez.
Yeah, he's got so much talent, but he's doing a job on that left hand side. But I was to say, I think he's an ideal player to sort of let off the leash, because we've just saw it times tonight already what he can do.
Yeah, itching to get into the game from the left-hand side. Blint's clearance, straight to Radoya, and then foul on Vas by Herrera. That's another one. It's now 3 fouls by Herrera. Free kick to Celta on the right-hand side. Remember the chance that Vas had in the first leg, that header that he had, really good chance. What a different tie it might have been if Vas had been able to score that. But he's getting ready, the blonde-haired Dane, to take this free kick from the right-hand side in front of the cowering Sir Alex Ferguson stand with the flags hanging limply. Vas plays it in, Romero comes and gets a strange sort of punch on the ball that sees it bounce out of play eventually for a throw-in over to the left. Lingard wasn't able to. I
thought he should have caught that. There was no pressure, was it? He got up nice and early, well above everybody. He should have caught that.
Johnny takes the throw. Johnny, who was born in Vigo, another one of the local boys, as is Iago Aspas on the right, who was born just across the beautiful bay from the city of Vigo. Iago Aspas. Ball in from the right, straight to Manchester United, and now Mkhitaryan is off and running, and then he's challenged by the recovering Aspas, who actually in the end plays it all the way back into central defence. So Manchester United 1, Celta Vigo 0 here on BBC 5 Live. If you wish, by the way, the Rugby League, the Challenge Cup match between Featherstone and Halifax is on 5 Live Sports Extra tonight on your digital radio. It's a simulcast with our colleagues at Radio Leeds. So that is your choice of listening this evening. Celta Vigo come forward through the middle. Guidetti. Then back to Radoya. Now Vas and Hernandez. The other touch to Cabral, who thought about going aerially, but plays it back to Hernandez, and the Chilean, with his left foot, lifts a pass out towards Sisto on the left-hand side. Valencia immediately closes him down. Sisto takes on Valencia on his right foot. It finds its way to Hernandez with a shot, but it's easy enough for Romero just to watch it and then use one of his white gloves to help it over the crossbar.
Yeah, good build-up play, Celta Vigo there, given time and space. You see what it can do. I've been impressed over the 2 games of Sisto. I think he's a very talented winger, right-footed, playing on his left-hand side. Caused problems in the first game, and he has already again tonight.
Yeah, only 22 years old. He's a busy little figure. Scored in both legs of their quarter-final against Genk. And now Vass with another corner for Celta from the left-hand side, and he plays it in to Sisto, who's in the box, gives it back to Vass on his right foot. Cross is blocked by Valencia. It deflects back towards the edge of the Manchester United box. Sisto, but he was being pulled by Pogba. He was. Eventually the free kick is given Celta Vigo's way. So this is a set piece, free kick, just left of centre, between 25 and 30 yards out.
Well, Celta Vigo's come back in the game because Man United have stopped closing them down, haven't they? Let's be honest. And Sisto's heavily involved in everything they do. And again, Pogba, the three midfield players for Man United do like a foul, I've got to say.
Free kick. Well, Vass is going to take this. There are no other candidates.
Got to shoot from here.
You would have got to shoot. So Sergio Romero is lining up the wall, which is only 3 in the wall. I mean, this is closer to 30 yards than 25 yards. So Vass still waits, and finally Romero has sorted out his wall and moves to his left. Referee backs away. Mourinho is sending signals out there, wagging his finger, and this free kick then for Celta Vigo. Vass takes it and he hits it well wide in the end. He was trying to give it a little bit of wobble, and it did have a little bit of a wobble, but then it faded away further from the goal.
Yeah, he's trying to hit it with the laces, doesn't he, make it dip and move. But it was never on target as it left his foot, went well wide. But they've come back into the game slightly, just because I think Man United have just come off the pace.
So 1-0 to Manchester United. And this Europa League semi-final, first semi-final in a European competition that Celta Vigo have ever been involved in. They've never won a major honour, not won the Spanish League, the Copa del Rey in their 93-year history. So this here, playing at Old Trafford for the first time in a European semi-final, this is one of the greatest nights in this club's history. But they're 1-0 down on the night, and Fellaini has been fouled by Roncaglia, I think just a knee in his back, and it's a free kick to United.
Yes, silly foul to give away. It's interesting, John, you're saying they've not won anything. They've got some interesting players, haven't they? And I do believe they'll be the sort of club who will sell players when the bids come in the summer. I don't imagine 2 or 3 of these leaving.
Well, certainly if the manager leaves. And Mourinho's furious that United have taken that free kick short. He actually kicked the air. Herrera then plays it in. Pogba with a header, shouts for handball, but I don't think the defender knew anything about that. And it bounced down and was whacked away by Cabral out of play on the halfway line. Do you see Mourinho's reaction there?
He wants the ball in the box. No, rightly so, because they have got a height advantage, there's no doubt about that. So I can see where he's coming from. It was a great angle to put a ball in the box as well.
And Mourinho, in his brown suede shoes, took a kick at fresh air there. So frustrated and angry was he with the way that United played that set piece.
Blue suede shoes and Johnny be good.
Yeah, Johnny at left back. Brown suede shoes. I think he has got blue suede shoes in his collection. Ball back with Bay on the edge of the area. Romero clears it. That wasn't far away from Guidetti, who's looking to close it down. Fellaini misjudged it. The goal scorer, Marouane Fellaini. Now Sisto on the halfway line. Sisto tried to set away Mayo down the right, but it was easily intercepted by Mkhitaryan, who nutmegs Sisto. Mkhitaryan. Now he's got a second player to take on, but he plays it to his right, the Lingard, who allows it to run. Mkhitaryan points to Lingard where he wants it, but Lingard's going to take on Johnny, and he crosses, and it's deflected. Defender misses it. It's played back, and then Alvarez, unconvincingly, just swings a leg and clears it towards the halfway line.
Back four can't handle the movement, or not movement as such, the pace. Lingard, Rashford, Mkhitaryan, every time they pick it up, you can see the back four, they haven't got the legs to match them.
No. And they are vulnerable, in this Europa League run, good though it's been. They have conceded some poor goals, Celta Vigo. They've scored away from home in all of the matches they've played in this competition, but with respect to most of the opponents they've played against Manchester United, it's a step up.
Not played a physical side like these. These are big, strong, powerful side, Manchester United.
They lost 1-0 at home to Shakhtar Donetsk in the last 32, but run away from home, and Blind is in there on Hernandez, and it's a yellow card for Daley Blind, and the The first booking of the game has come finally, and it's for Daley Blind. It was he miscontrolled it, then dived in on Hernandez, and actually the Celta players are surrounding the referee, suggesting it might have been more than a yellow card.
Well, let's see. He overruns it, slight deflection, a fast pass, and then he lunges in. I think it's a yellow. He could easily. Different countries, different rules, I suppose, but it's definitely a yellow at minimum. He has showed his studs, and I don't like doing that, you know that.
So that's the first booking of the night, Daley Blind. Some of Blint's touches tonight have been terrible.
And it's not like him. He's really normally very cultured anyway. That left foot is really good on the ball. That's his strength for me.
Manchester United leading Celta Vigo by a 0-0, and Hernandez is okay. And it's a free kick that Celta play back towards the halfway line. So we've had just over half an hour of this second leg, and Manchester United in good shape here to progress through to the final. As Fellaini puts himself about against Cabral and receives warm applause. It was Fellaini who scored the goal from Rashford's lovely ball in from an angle. What was he, middle of the Celta Vigo half? Rashford curled it over the top, and Fellaini's run was excellent as well. Timed it superbly, and the close range header which he sort of steered on target, and a falling goalkeeper got a touch to it but couldn't keep it out. I think it got a touch in off the post actually in the end. Here's Mayo down the right for Celta Vigo, and he wins a throw in off Darmian.
I wonder if the coach of Celta Vigo will be looking to change a little bit. Can he put a system where he can get Aspas maybe more on the ball? You know, can he play one behind? He's got nothing to lose. He's 2-0 down, so he's got to try and think, oh no, we're matching him up system-wise at the minute. Can we change something? Give him a problem.
Well, the people I was speaking to yesterday, the people who watch Celta Vigo on a regular basis, actually said that's one thing that he might do. They said he might play Vass on the right-hand side and Aspas in the number 10 position. So it is something that they do as Mayo runs the ball out of play rather carelessly for a throw into Manchester United in their own left back area. But 1-0, Manchester United leading. This is 5 Live. Do get in touch, search social media for @5LiveSport. You can download the 5 Live Football Daily podcast every day, bbc.co.uk/5 Live. Jose Mourinho, I'm sure, will be appearing in it tomorrow, and all of our latest podcasts are available. In fact, the latest one is our racing podcast, which is out today, featuring the veteran jockey Franny Norton, and there will be live coverage tomorrow from the Chester races on 5 Live Sports Extra for you, as well as Formula 1 practice, cricket, and the European Rugby Union Challenge Cup final tomorrow night between Gloucester and Stade Francais. So a real choice all day long on 5 Live Sports Extra from 5 to 9 in the morning. But here in the Europa League semi-final, Manchester United leading through that Fellaini headed goal, as Lingard claims that he was shrugged off the ball by Johnny. And you're thinking that Celta Vigo are going to make a change here. Just about.
It's about warming up, isn't he? I mean, it's very early, unless somebody's feeling a knock. I think she's going to affect the game by changing the system.
Wonder if Hernandez was hurt in that challenge, the foul challenge from Blint. As Blint comes across and puts in the challenge on Aspas, who's judged to have fouled Blint, and Aspas is apoplectic. And he has to calm himself down, sharpish. Otherwise he's going to find himself in the referee's book as well, because it's a foul, he's late. Well, he's still complaining about it to anyone who'll listen. Manchester United 1, Celta Vigo 0. Romero takes this free kick, long downfield towards the edge of the area. Fellaini goes down, Hernandez. Now Pogba hits a shot, but he snatched at it. And I must say, I did wonder whether that had got a deflection. And Pogba now is hopping mad that he hasn't been given the corner.
I thought it was a corner as well. The referee really did hesitate, didn't know what to give there. He's gone for safety and he's given a goal kick. As we get a replay here, that's definitely a corner.
Goal kick given. So it's Manchester United 1, Celta Vigo 0. And almost summery skies above Old Trafford as we head towards dusk. Darmian lifts it forward. It actually hits Rashford, who got away from Cabral, who recovers really well actually, Cabral, against Rashford. holds him off, takes the ball into the full-back position, and then clears it up the line out of play. Excellent harrying from Rashford. Good work though from Gustavo Cabral against him. Throw-in taken by United. Mkhitaryan infield towards Pogba, who turns away, plays it to the edge of the area, flick from Fellaini, but not to Valencia, and Alvarez, the goalkeeper, in the end has to clear. Lingard, who was trying to bear down on him. Now Pogba with a clumsy challenge on Hernandez. Free kick to Celta.
Aspas is at the referee again,
and Aspas complaining once again, and the referee puts his palms across one another as if to say, right, that's it, any more from you and it's going to be a yellow card. So Celta back in possession inside their own half, leading through the Fellaini goal, and now Vass to Hernandez. Cabral once again puts his foot on it. Guidetti, who's had absolutely no service again, John Guidetti, through the middle. Vass, Sisto lays it off to Vass, square now to Johnny. Johnny, he puts his foot on it. Manchester United very quickly back in position. Extremely well drilled. Hernandez sweeps a pass left-footed out towards Mayo on the right-hand side. Aspo returns it to Mayo. Mayo pulls it across, and it wasn't out of play. Looked as though it had crossed the line, but Manchester United straight it partially away. Now to the left-hand side. Johnny is there. Johnny against Lingard. Johnny on his right foot, dinks it into the box. Guidetti tried to glance it on and actually headed it away towards Rashford in the centre circle. But Celta are back in possession.
Yeah, Man United play very deep, very hard to get around the back. In the Celta Vigo's trying to, especially down the right-hand side, to get around to the byline, but it's very difficult.
Again, Celta come. Johnny, now Aspas, who's on his right foot, which is his less favoured, gives it to Mayo on the right. Mayo's cross in is headed away by Bailly. Comes back to these almost battleship grey shirts of Celta Vigo. Hernandez thought about a shot, plays it to Johnny on the edge of the area. Guidetti puts the challenge in. Sisto now. Sisto on the left hand side, carries it back outside the penalty area. Still going. Sisto curls it goalwards, but no power on it. And so Romero is able to move quickly to his left and catch it.
Well, that's to say, Sisto was a very, he's been impressive over the two games. Again, loves to come out of the right foot. When it left his foot there, I thought that was going to trouble the keeper, but it didn't.
And Ajax, I can tell you, have taken the lead in France. It's Lyon 0, Ajax 1, so that is 5-1 on aggregate. And if it wasn't over, it is now. Here's Sisto on his right foot. Sisto shooting right-footed, but that one flies away over the angle of post and bar and into the Stratford end, and it's a goal kick.
Yeah, Sisto again. For me, he's been their best player in the last game and tonight so far. He loves to come inside, all right foot, but there'll be a lot of people chasing him, I think, after the season finishes.
Josabed is still warming up down here to our right. So 5 minutes to go to half-time. Manchester United leading Celta Vigo by 1-0. And United losing it on the edge of their own area. Johnny plays it up towards Aspas, and then a foul by Lingard, but the referee's going to play advantage because Sisto has it. Sisto crosses the halfway line. Vass on the left gives it back in towards Hernandez. A quick ball through to Radoya, who's still in the centre circle, and it's not quick enough, this, from Celta Vigo. Still there in the central third. Cabral has joined the attack. Vass now on the right. Mayo is there. Mayo returns it to Aspas on his left foot. Aspas curls it right across the edge of the penalty area to Sisto. Sisto to Guidetti, then Sisto back to Hernandez, now again to the left hand side to Johnny. Manchester United though are working this well, frustrating Celta Vigo, who are trying to find this spark of inspiration to get themselves back into the semi-final. 1-0 down on the night. Sisto on the left hand side, kicks on two men. Sisto drives it across, fast with a header, but it's nowhere near the goal. It's wide by probably 20 yards from Vass.
Yeah, Vass came in at that far post, but again it was that guy Sisto who, very impressive. This time he goes onto his left foot, and it's a really pacey cross. He puts it, dives for the byline, wraps his left foot round it. It's a decent header, he just can't get it on target.
1-0 to Manchester United. And it was nowhere near the goal. Never threatened the goal. If anyone's listening to Radio Celta Vigo, they must think that Celta are all over Manchester United, and it's only a matter of time before they score. Here's Rashford in the area on the right-hand side. Rashford is forced to take it out towards the corner flag, where he loses it. Valencia dives in on Johnny, who keeps possession, and then Roncaglia plays it across his own penalty area to Cabral. Half-time approaching. Still Josabed is going through a rigorous warming-up exercise. Josabed, who's on loan from Fulham, a midfielder who came on in the first leg. Radoya now lifted to Aspas. Aspas against Darmian, plays it round one side of him, but Daley Blind steps forward and is able to play it to Mkhitaryan, and now to Pogba, who pokes it forward under pressure. Lingard through to Rashford, who's in an offside position, and it's a free kick to Celta.
Yeah, he's just drifted offside. It was a free kick, I think, on Pogba. He was going to stop the play, but he saw the advantage, give him it. Fortunately, Rashford made his run too early, and he's a couple of yards offside.
Well, Mkhitaryan's saying to the referee, why didn't you give us the free kick?
Yeah, because
but he played him the advantage.
He played the advantage.
Once they're caught offside, you can't then give them.
No.
It's too long gone to bring it back then. So 1-0 to Manchester United. It's United's 16th semi-final in a major European competition, but the first since 2011 in a semi-final. Remember the Champions League semi-final against Schalke, which United absolutely breezed through to one of those Champions League finals against Barcelona, in which they were beaten. United won their first 4 European finals, but have lost the last 2, both against Barcelona. Here's Aspas on the halfway line. He's quickly closed down though, and the ball runs to Vass. Now Aspas again, who is beginning to move in more from the right-hand side, Aspas, so that asks a lot of Mayo, the right-back on the right, who he now is pushing up, gives it towards the edge of the area, and then back to Mayo once again. Mayo taking on Darmian, who puts in the challenge, and the ball bounces behind for what is given as a Celta corner from the right.
Yeah, it's corner. Most of the corners have took so far have been short, haven't they? Because they know Man United, very tall, big, strong side, so they're a bit reluctant to put the ball in the box. And they may as well put one in now just before half-time.
45 minutes are almost up. We're in the last minute of the first half. Vass with his outswinging corner, which is headed by Guidetti, but he was in amongst a crowd of players. He got it on target, but it bounced up easily and straight at Romero.
He should have done a lot better. He basically had a free header.
Romero's played it forward, and in actual fact Lingard was in an offside position, and the referee could have allowed Celta to play on, but he wants them to take the free kick. Leon have equalised on the night, 1-1 against Ajax. That is 5-2 on aggregate. So the half-time, well, there's no added time at the end of the first half. And after what, a nervous first 15 minutes, Chris Waddle, Manchester United then scored that goal through Marouane Fellaini and are now in charge of this semi-final.
Yeah, most definitely. I thought the first goal was so important, and Manchester United got it. As you say, Celta Vigo first 10 minutes started very, very well, moved the ball well. Aspas got it a couple of times, but Manchester United, Rashford picks Fellaini out the far post, free header far post. Goalkeeper should do better, but after that they felt sorry for themselves, I think, Celta, and they've just come back into the last 10 minutes. Man United, powerful side tonight, and always carry a threat on the counter-attack with the pace they've got.
And Iago Aspas will not leave the referee alone. He's still at him now, pleading with him. And finally Aspas, who feels that he's been deeply wronged in the first half, walks away to the tunnel. So half-time here at Old Trafford, Manchester United leading Celta Vigo by 1-0. And Mark Chapman's here in the stadium with us. Right, and the change, it's going to be Vass, is it, who's going to come off? Well, I can only assume that he does have a problem, because Josabed was warming up so vigorously for most of the first half. And he's one of the most important players, Vass, because he's their set-piece taker. So Josabed, 26 years old, central midfielder, can play in that number 10 role. Barely got a look in, as Fulham supporters will know, in the first half of the season, and has gone back to Spain on loan to Celta Vigo, and has actually played quite a big role. So he's on to replace Vass. So Manchester United still the same team as started the match. Romero, Valencia, Bailly, Blint and Darmian, Herrera, Fellaini, Pogba, Lingard, Mkhitaryan and Rashford. And Celta Vigo now with Alvarez, Mayo, Cabral, Roncaglia and Johnny. Second half begins, Manchester United leading by 1-0. So the Celta midfield, Hernandez, Radoya and now Josabed with Aspas, Sisto and Guidetti, the front line. The Celta Vigo supporters in great voice, as if you were listening last week, here's Sisto for Celta, through the middle, turns Fellaini, chips it into the area from the angle, Mayo drives it across, Romero got a touch and it's cleared away by Valencia on the edge of the 6-yard box. Early chance in the second period, and then it bounces off Mkhitaryan down into the full-back area. Blint is charged down, or sees Guidetti slide across him, and Blint puts it out of play in the other halfway line.
Malo gets the ball, a great ball. Sisto flicks him in over the top. You've got to get people, Guidetti and them have got to gamble near post. The guy's trying hard to keep the ball in, he's only going to hit it hard and low. Go near post and you get a tap in.
Still United in possession. Herrera turns and gives it away to Sisto just outside the D. Sisto's ball to Guidetti. Sisto again, still outside the area. It's worked forward by Josabed, but then a little poke away on the edge of the area clears it for Manchester United. Yes, if you're listening to the first leg at half-time, the start of the second half, in the Balaidos, the Celta Vigo stadium, they play the theme from the A-team when the team comes out at the start of the second half, and that's what they were singing as the team came out, the 2,500 Celta fans. Here is Aspas, central, through into the D. Josabed slips it forward, but he was looking for the run of Sisto, but just mistimed it, and so Romero, the Manchester United goalkeeper, is picking it up.
Good start, Celta Vigo. They did this in the first half, started very bright, didn't they? Man United, I'm sure Jose Mourinho would have said to them, look, they're going to throw everything out in the first 20 minutes, see if they can get this goal, get themselves back in the game. You've got to be strong, and if it means going long, you have to go long.
He's having a little chat, actually, Mourinho and Eduardo Berizzo, the Celta Vigo coach. They're still chatting away together, actually, and it's all very good-natured.
Probably said he heard that commentator sitting behind John Murray.
And Berizzo says, yeah, I hear him every week, every match. Rashford on the right is pulled down by Roncaglia. There was nothing flash about that. He just hauled him down because he knew that Rashford might be away. So it's a free kick to Manchester United in a good position. And if you've just switched on, United have really had one attempt on target, Fellaini's header, that they scored in the 17th minute. Other than that, it's been largely containment.
This is a good chance for them, John. A big side, Manchester United. It's a great angle for the left foot of Blint.
Blint is going to play it in. Takes a couple of big strides back out towards the touchline on the right hand side. So the Dutchman is ready. The Romanian referee is just having a word or two with Cabral, I think it is he's talking to, the central defender. Pogba's in there as well. Fellaini's towering above everyone else. So free kick from the right for Manchester United. Blint swirls it in, it's got a long way. Fellaini couldn't get the shot in, comes out of Mkhitaryan, who shoots, and it's well saved by Alvarez. That ball was travelling, and Alvarez, diving down to his right, got both hands to it and pushed it over the bar.
Well, a set piece causing problems again, and we keep saying if the delivery's good, it's going to cause problems. It's a scramble, it comes out. Mkhitaryan, who's had a very good game, I think, tonight. All he can do is hit the target from there, and it's a good reaction save. Comes through a lot of bodies, pushes it away for a corner.
Corner for United in front of the Stretford end on this dry, very mild evening, almost warm. Free kick, Rashford takes it in towards the near post, and it's headed away near the corner of the 6-yard box. Good distance on it, but Blint is there ahead of Aspas. And now Rashford. And here on the right is Herrera, who plays it across towards Valencia. Valencia, who's, well, I think he was caught in two minds there, Valencia, about what to do with it, and that meant that Cabral could slide in and block it out for a throw on the far side of the field. So 1-0 Manchester United lead. This is BBC 5 Live. We're here for the second leg of the semi-final here at Old Trafford. We'll be there for the final as well if Manchester United see this out over the course of the next 40 minutes or so. We'll be there in Stockholm in 13 days' time, and lots of live Premier League football for you on 5 Live over the course of the next 3 days. As Sisto is rather clumsily fouled, and it's a free kick to Celta just inside their own half that they take quickly, just a short one. So the situation here with Manchester United 1-0 up on the night, 2-0 up on aggregate. Celta must score twice without reply. That's the most obvious way for Celta Vigo to win through this. They need everything to click. And here's Josabet playing it towards the left-hand side to Hernandez. Hernandez in the full-back position. He's up against Bailly, who has gone out there. Sisto as well. And then Herrera in with a challenge. Rolls out of play for a throw-in halfway inside the Manchester United half. Throw-in is taken. It's a loopy one into the area. Two United players went for it, but Bailly was there to clear it away. Bounces off Fellaini for Rashford. And now Lingard slices it straight out of play for a throw-in on the halfway line. Manchester United 1, Celta Vigo 0. If you weren't listening in the first half, you may be unaware, or if you were unaware, you will be aware now, that we have one of Spain's loudest radio commentators sitting behind us, and all of the Spanish radio contingent are all around us in the rows in front and to the left, and they've got their aerials out as well. You always know when you're watching at a game with the Spanish radio people, because they have these little devices with aerials sticking out at every conceivable angle. And I hear that Mark Chapman's video of our friend behind us is now available on social media, so at 5 Live Sport for that. In a moment it will be, not quite there yet, as it's played forward towards Guidetti. Now here's Sisto on the left hand side. Sisto approaching the box, but both Fellaini and Herrera were there, and it's played forward for Lingard to chase, but that'll run out of play for a throw-in on the halfway line. So Chris Waddle is with us here inside Old Trafford.
Scrappy, I've got to say, Man United just doing a job, sitting back, just basically not allowing Celta Vigo time and space once to get over the halfway line, and they're doing a job. They're 2-0 up on aggregate, and it's up to Celta Vigo here to up the tempo and take a bit more risk.
Yep.
He's warming subs up, and I'm sure they'll be coming on the next 10 minutes if they haven't had a goal.
Here's Aspas now, spinning away from Darmian. Then it's played infield. Hernandez felt that he'd been fouled, but no free kick. Pogba glides away from a couple of challenges. They're bouncing off Pogba. Fernandez is the latest to do that, and Pogba still in possession. Still with the ball, turning away from Radoya. And then Pogba gives it away on the halfway line. Aspas, direct ball through the middle to Guidetti. Then Josabed with a touch. Sisto. Manchester United quickly back though, 5 men behind the ball, and then Sisto is challenged by Bailly. Good challenge as well, and Manchester United come away with the ball. But Rashford was a little slow onto it, and so Cabral has it for Celta. Sisto back to Josabed with his floppy brown hair. Josabed again now sees the pass out towards the right hand side to Mayo, and the Celta captain curls a teasing ball in. It's caught by Romero. Push, and the referee's blown for a push inside the box, and it's a free kick to Manchester United.
I think if you look at Celta Vigo getting up to the last third, it's difficult with all the red shirts behind the ball. Apart from Sisto tonight, again, they don't really have a lot of options. The other players, Guidetti, Aspas has not really turned up in what we thought they would. So it's been quite comfortable for Manchester United to defend tonight.
Manchester United leading 1-0, 2-0 on aggregate. The other thing as well, we hear so much, don't we, about how many matches Manchester United have had, and this is their 60th match tonight in all competitions, as the ball is played back across the Celta area. Alvarez has got to get rid of this quickly, but he does on his right foot. Down, Blint slips, but he was able to recover quickly. But Celta Vigo, as I mentioned in the first half, have reached 2 semi-finals, as well as all of their league commitments, and with a much smaller squad, as Fellaini fouls Hernandez again. It's a free kick to Celta. This is Celta Vigo's 57th match of the season.
He's just said that's your last chance, Fellaini.
So that is now Aspas and Fellaini both on their last chance.
Celta Vigo's what game was it?
57th. Long seasons. Celta Vigo 12th in the Spanish league. So if they're going to play in Europe again next season, they would have to win the Europa League. And from the position they're in now, 2-0 down on aggregate, they're a long way from that. Ball's played back to Alvarez, who lifts it through the middle, but Bailly is there unchallenged. Guidetti nowhere near him. Fellaini challenges for it. Ball into the centre circle. Herrera puts in his challenge. Then Lingard looked as though he was tripped, but no free kick. Aspas carrying it forward. Curling shot, but straight at goalkeeper Romero, who's able to gather it into his midriff.
Well, that's the ideal situation for Celta Vigo, isn't it? Bring Man United out and try and nick the ball off them in the centre field, which they did there. Just get beyond the midfield three, and all of a sudden you run out the back four and you cause problems. But Manchester United have been very compact as a unit, very difficult to do.
Very disciplined, Manchester United.
Yeah.
And you know, the plan is so obvious now with the scoreline as it is. You know, Jose Mourinho's Manchester United are just waiting for Celta Vigo to overcommit themselves and then strike another goal, and that'll be it. It'll be over. However, 1-0 it is on the night, and here's Blint with the ball at the back. Aspas chasing around. Aspas, who's had a much better night tonight than he did in the first leg, which isn't saying much because he hardly had a sniff in that first leg in Spain. Here's Pogba in the central third. Pogba, it opens up for him, and then he lifts the ball over the top for Mkhitaryan, who runs away, watches it drop over his right shoulder. Mkhitaryan now back to Lingard. Lingard's lifted pass across the 6-yard box was well beyond Rashford and Pogba, who were inside the penalty area, and then Aspas goes flying down to the ground. There wasn't much contact from Darmian, but there was enough, and he won the free kick.
Why foul? We're not going anywhere. Aspas is going back towards his goal, which he doesn't want to be doing. You know, they've got them sort of high up the field where they want them. Silly foul.
Just over half an hour to play. So tomorrow night, 5 Live, the place to listen to commentary on. West Brom against Chelsea. Chelsea, if they win that, will be champions this season. So do join us for that, live from the Hawthorns from 7 o'clock tomorrow night. And by the way, tonight we'll be on air till round about 10:15, and then Stephen Nolan and Chris Mason will take over on 5 Live. It's a Thursday night, so question time, extra time. The question time programme coming from Edinburgh this evening, but well worth a listen after all of the political news of the last few days or so. So that is on 5 Live once the football's over. This Europa League semi-final second leg with the Celta Vigo supporters who've been brilliant. They say it's the biggest following they've ever taken for a match overseas, Celta Vigo. And I'm sure they would have brought more if they could. Celta Vigo with the ball inside their own half. Incidentally, if you're wondering, the final, the Friends Arena in Stockholm has a capacity of 49,000, of which the two clubs involved will get 10,000 tickets each for that match. And for Manchester United, clearly, you know, that will not be enough. Here's Mayo on the right. Mayo does well, lifts across deep to the back post. Sisto takes it down to Guidetti. Left foot shot, but it curls well wide of the left post.
Good football. Malo's getting forward a lot this second half, hasn't he? He tried first half, never got much joy, but he is in this second half. He's getting to the byline on 2 or 3 occasions now, and that was good football. And really, Guidetti, he's got to hit the target.
He strikes quite a frustrated figure, doesn't he, Guidetti, as he's walking away now at Manchester City, so he knows the city well. He was there as a youngster, but walking away, shaven-headed he is, bearded. Obviously he would love to play in the final in his native Stockholm where he was born, but that is, I think that's almost the first chance that he's had in the whole tie. United, the ball is play stopped because there's a United man who's down, Mkhitaryan, who the medical people are quickly on.
Yeah.
And he's holding his head.
Yeah, we're getting the benefit of the replay here. It's a challenge
from Mayo.
It's a slight forearm in the back of the head, if anything, John. It doesn't look too serious, but he's hit the ground, and obviously Celta Vigo not happy. They want the game to keep going, so he's up and he's walking off to the sideline now.
He's just holding the left side of his head, Henrik Mkhitaryan. Half an hour to play. Manchester United are half an hour away from their first final in this competition, either as the UEFA Cup or the Europa League. It is only the 9th season that they have played in it. And Celta Vigo, at some stage, with the score as it is, will have to really go for it. You would have to say that. Wayne Rooney is warming up, so is Michael Carrick. Juan Mata as well. There's plenty of European experience there with those three. Winners all of European competitions. Here's Josabet for Sisto.
Interesting, John. Now, if he puts any of them on, will they keep the tempo going as the front three have worked? You know, dropping back and counter-attacking, like Mkhitaryan is.
Mkhitaryan in his black boots is taking the ball halfway inside the Celta half. He's got Rashford up ahead, gives it to Rashford, who's quite heavily challenged by Roncaglia, but no free kick, and Rashford is left in a heap on the ground. He'll be up though in a moment. He's just climbing to his feet. Rashford, who scored the goal from the free kick in the first leg, and then provided a wonderful pass for Fellaini's headed goal in the second leg. Aspas onto a loose ball in the centre circle. Then a touch from Josabet. Now Sisto. Sisto sees Mayo in space here on the right hand side. Mayo gives it back to Sisto, but excellent tracking from Pogba, who went with Sisto, dispossessed him, and then it was fouled by Mayo, and it's a free kick to Manchester United. Excellent work from Pogba.
Yep, no, we really keep judging him on what he does with the football at his feet, don't we? But he's put a big shift in tonight. He's won a lot of 50-50s, a lot of interceptions, but that was a brilliant bit of defensive midfield play.
What would you say about Pogba, Chris? You know, this season drawing to its close now. The world record fee last summer, there's obviously been talked a great deal about in the last couple of days.
I don't think he's had for me, he's not for the price. I mean, he didn't pick the price, we know that. It's not the lad's fault, but he's not worth that money.
But how would you describe his season?
He's come from a team who really dominated every football match and played some slick football. Let's be honest, they were brilliant on the eye as well on the Juventus. And he's come here to a team which is basically, let's be honest, are organised. Clean sheets based on, nicking results at times. It's a different game. And he played Euros, I think, leg-wise, I think he has felt the pace. And it's a difficult league, the Premier League. Physical.
Mourinho there, just as Chris was talking, frustrated because Josabet managed to find some space. Celta Vigo move it towards the left-hand side. 1-0 to Manchester United, 2-0 on aggregate in this semi-final, with time running out, or beginning to run out, for Celta Vigo. As the ball is played forward to Mayo, who'll do well to reach that, and actually, as he crossed it, he slipped and just went down the slope, which steeply falls away behind the goal. And he might have banged himself into the advertising hoarding down there as well, Mayo.
I don't think Mourinho will be happy with Mkhitaryan defending this man, because he's got it 4 times now. Alright, I was just slightly over hit. You know what he's like. For all he's impressed going that way, which I think that's what he's in the team for. Mourinho likes his wideish men to track back and chase fullbacks.
1-0 Manchester United. Ball with Mkhitaryan, who plays it forward towards Lingard, who's been very closely watched by Johnny Castro. Mkhitaryan goes for another nutmeg and then beats Mayo, and then Fellaini is beaten to it by Roncaglia, and Mkhitaryan stayed down again.
Nothing wrong with him.
As Celta go all the way back to goalkeeper Alvarez, who chips it forward. So Celta with the ball inside their own half. Oh, it's lost. Mkhitaryan has won it back. That was a poor clearance by Hernandez. So Mkhitaryan now carries the ball to the left hand side. He manages to get past Hernandez, but then Mayo is there with the challenge, and Celta have got it back. Although it's won back again by Herrera in centre field. He won it back from Josabet, and now Rashford on the edge of the area, beats 2 men. Rashford's in. Alvarez makes the save, a blocking save, as Rashford tried to score from a tight angle, and then Alvarez whacks it away downfield. And that, finally, is another chance for Manchester United.
He tried to lift it over the keeper, came diving out. He just didn't get enough on it to lift it high enough. Great bit of skill to get in a position. You just need to get a little bit more height on it.
Manchester United leading Celta Vigo by a goal to 0. Fellaini with it on the left-hand side. Now here is Rashford. We're going to go to Trent Bridge in a moment or two. Well, I said it feels like a summery night, and in fact Manchester United have lost possession. Celta coming forward with Josabet. Josabet then plays it back to behind him to Johnny, who chips it forward, and then Eric Bailly is able to tidy up for Manchester United. 1-0 Manchester United. Iago Aspas, little pass to Mayo on the right, now back in field towards Radoya. Hernandez now to the edge of the area, chested down by Guidetti to Sisto, who tries to give it back to Guidetti, who was on his heels really. It was well read by Bailly, and Bailly then beats Mayo in the full-back position and turns and clears it to Mkhitaryan, and Manchester United passing it away from the back. But given away by Blint's pass. And now Celta come again, Josabed. Lovely passing from them. Sisto over the top to the right hand side where Aspas is challenged by Darmian, by Mkhitaryan, but he went down rather easily there, Aspas, and the referee's had enough of Aspas, and out comes the yellow card for the Celta Vigo number 10, who is booked finally.
Well, he had to be, didn't he? I mean, he's going absolutely mad. I don't think it was a foul neither, but he's been at a referee all night, hasn't he? It's a bit of a shoulder charge. He could have got it, but if you don't get it, you just get on with it, don't you?
Well, they've enjoyed that, the Manchester United fans, for the former Liverpool man, Aspas, although he had, as you will recall, a not terribly distinguished brief stay at Liverpool, Iago Aspas, but as I mentioned, Celta Vigo is his hometown club. He has performed wonders for them in both of his spells there, and this season he's their top scorer and their leading light, and he's still waving his arms at the assistant. 1-0 on the night, 2-0 on aggregate to Manchester United. Play back underway with Mkhitaryan on the left hand side. Aspas is then challenged by Darmian, and it's out of play for a throw-in.
You just got to watch himself, Aspas. He's really having to go to the linesman again now, and he just needs one more incident. He's too walking. You know, this definitely finished the game off. I think the game's finished anyway, but that definitely did.
Well, as a youngster, when he first came into the team, he scored 2 goals on his debut that saved Celta Vigo from relegation to the 3rd division. And they were telling me last week that if they'd gone down there, that would have been what they called oblivion, because they were so badly in debt. And those just 2 of the goals, the important goals that he scored for them, as Celta are now going to make their second change. And it is Radoya who is going to be replaced by Bongonda, the young Belgian who's coming on. So Radoya, the holding midfielder, is off, and Theo Bongonda, who is a winger, another youngster, 21 years old.
Sisto's gone into the number 10 role,
and Bongonda has gone out towards the right hand side.
And Aspas is in the 10 role as well, I think.
Yeah.
I think they've just basically said, look, go for it, you've got nothing to lose.
Lingard is tripped over on the far side. Match a few chances. It's not been a great spectacle, has it, by any means, in terms of an exciting football match. But Manchester United have stuck to the plan, stuck to the Mourinho plan, and it's working for them. Here's Rashford now on the right hand side, pulls the ball back into the area. Josabed as well drags the ball back and flicks it away, but United again. Mkhitaryan then to the edge of the area where Pogba might have been fouled, and then Fellaini hits a shot from an angle that goalkeeper Alvarez bundles round the foot of the post for a corner.
It's a good effort by Fellaini, isn't he? The way he was running away from the goal, you thought he's not going to hit this. He swings his left foot, wraps it round. That was going in the near post. That was actually a good save, Alvarez. That was just going in the near post.
Corner for Manchester United with now 20 minutes to play, just over 20 minutes. Corner is left to Rashford. Lingard runs away from him. Fellaini, a towering presence in the 6-yard box at the Stretford end of Old Trafford. Rashford swings it in towards the back post. Foul, and the referee spotted a foul and given a free kick to Celta. So Manchester United still yet to make a substitution. They have on the bench Rooney and Martial, Smalling, Carrick, Mata, Jones and goalkeeper De Gea.
I could see Martial coming on for Mkhitaryan, just for his pace. He can carry the ball, especially the way they're set up tonight, Manchester United
1, Celta Vigo 0. But with 20 minutes to play, it's probably worth saying that Celta Vigo need 2 goals without reply. But if Celta were able to score a goal now, this would become quite a tense, nervous occasion. And they played up the left-hand side where it's deflected out of play for a throw-in to the visitors from northwest Spain, from Galicia. Throw-in taken. And Johnny rolls it in towards Aspas, all left foot. then gives it to Josabed, who hits a shot, and that is not too far wide of Romero's dive to his left.
Great strike, wasn't it? Well worked down that left-hand side, comes inside, has one touch out of his foot, right foot, puts his foot through it, and, well, to put it this way, the goalkeeper wasn't sure, made an effort for it, but probably a yard and a half past the post.
Yeah, it curled wide, it curled away from goal.
On the outside of his foot, it was always going away.
Yeah, by, as Chris Waddle says, about a yard and a half. 1-0 Manchester United. West Brom, Chelsea, tomorrow night, the commentary, as Celta, well, it's a foul by Valencia, who just piled in on Johnny, and it's a free kick which they take quickly. And then, actually, over the next 3 days on 5 Live and Sports Extra, we have no fewer than 7 Premier League commentaries for you. Here's Sisto through the middle, but it breaks down. And so Manchester United, after that challenge from Herrera, Pogba gives it to Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan now speeds away down the left, but plays it infield and shows too much of it to Hernandez, and then Mkhitaryan's all over the back of Hernandez. Free kick. They take it quickly. There is urgency now for Celta Vigo. And so here comes Bongonda, the newly arrived Bongonda, on the left-hand side. Bongonda plays it infield. Herrera, though, straight to the Spaniard, the Manchester United Spaniard. Pogba then swings the ball downfield to Lingard. Lingard with Roncaglia. Roncaglia plays it across. Alvarez has to be quick here because Rashford was there as well, but the Celta goalkeeper was quick, and it's played out. Josabed now, space for him inside his own half. The 2,500 from Celta Vigo to our right are swirling their scarves above their heads. Guidetti now, well outside the penalty area on the left-hand side. Little touch, back to Guidetti. Bongonda is available, but Guidetti, an awful ball, straight under the head of Mkhitaryan. Not sure what he was attempting there. However, Celta take up possession once again. Hernandez plays it square. Johnny, right-footed, plays it into the area. Blink got his head to it, and the ball drops wide of the goal and behind. But for a moment there, I wondered, where's this going?
Well, you need the keeper there to be talking to his back four. He obviously didn't say a thing. Flint there really should have been talked to, and it could have been a comfortable header. Even the goalkeeper could have picked it up. There was nobody near him.
Another corner to Celta Vigo that Josabed is going to take. One of the coaches is down there with the substitutes, urging Celta Vigo players on. Josabed takes it to the near post. Rashford heads it away. It's still in the area. Bongonda, and then a foul by Guidetti, and it's a free kick, Manchester United.
I see Mourinho's talking to Michael Carrick, and he's got his board out, look.
Yep. He has his felt tip pen on the white clean board, and he's scribbling away furiously to Michael Carrick, who looks as though he's going to be the first change for Manchester United with less than 20 minutes to play now. Manchester United leading Celta Vigo by 1-0. And the Manchester United fans in the Stretford end now trying to do their bit, as Mourinho urged them to do. Fellaini heads the ball on. It's missed by Herrera. And so Sisto is onto this. Sisto running free, gives it to Bongonda. Bongonda now, he's approaching the penalty area, cutting in from the left-hand side. He's up against Pogba. Back to Sisto again. Sisto on his right foot. Spots Cabral coming forward from the back. And now Josabed to Hernandez. Hernandez to Bongonda again on the left-hand side. Bongonda's ball into the penalty area. Johnny is there inside the box. 2 Manchester United players, though, dispossess him by and Lingard, and then it's cleared out of play.
That's what they've done well tonight. When it looks a threat of danger, there's red shirts get around that ball, put a block, nick it, clear it, whatever they need to do to stop that ball going towards the target.
1-0 to Manchester United. All of the time, inching closer to that final in Stockholm. Josabed, middle of the Manchester United half. United with everyone apart from Rashford behind the ball. Now Mayo on the right. Hugo Mayo. Left-footed ball into the air. Guidetti with a header. Oh no, it's well wide. Well wide by 6 yards.
What a chance. What a chance. Now down this right again. Mkhitaryan, for me, he's not tracking him back. And that'll be frustrating Mourinho. I know that. You want to make the substitution. And it's a great ball in it. And Guidetti just pulls over the back of Blint. And really, he's got between the 2 centre-halves. Hit the target, and it's a goal. Well wide as well. It's not even close. What a chance.
I'm afraid that was poor.
Well, very poor, but it's not. What a chance.
Oh, really? Well, and he totally mistimed it, Guidetti.
Yeah. Well, Michael Carrick will be coming on soon. I think he's got to take Mkhitaryan off.
The ball is lost by Sisto. Manchester United bringing it forward into the penalty area, but it runs away from Herrera, and Alvarez is able to sprint across his dead ball line and pick it up. 15 minutes to go. 1-0 Manchester United on the night, 2-0 on aggregate, as we will see Michael Carrick now. And saying that, I thought play had stopped, but there seemed to be a whistle, but it must have been from the crowd. So it'll be Carrick for Mkhitaryan. We can see the board already. It will be Mkhitaryan coming off. Josabed in space again, plays the ball to Bongonda on the left hand side. Bongonda gets it back. He's all left foot, Bongonda, and then uses Johnny. Now to Sisto on his right foot, but quickly charged down or closed down by both Pogba and Herrera. And then it's all the way back to Valencia on the right hand side, and Valencia's long ball downfield lands in the lower area of the Sir Alex Ferguson stand, and we will now see Michael Carrick step forward to come onto the field for Mkhitaryan.
I think he's shown some great moments tonight, Mkhitaryan. You can see why Jose Mourinho doesn't like him defensively, and that's going to be his problem. He wants to play that left hand side. I'd still like to see him play off the striker behind Rashford. I think he'd be brilliant in that position, but Mourinho doesn't play like that, so he's got to do this left hand side.
That's Manchester United's first substitution of the match. Mayo plays it in, cleared away on the edge of the area by Blint. Still 1-0 on the night. Fellaini's goal, Fellaini's headed goal, set up by Rashford in the 17th minute. But here they come into the area now, Bongonda, but excellent covering from Michael Carrick, who just as Bongonda was looking to shoot, Carrick was there, sliding in to block it away. Sisto with a cushioned volley over the top of the defensive line, but straight through to Romero.
Mourinho's going mad, and he's trying to get up. I think he said to Pogba, I want you to play left hand side. He's actually brought Lingard across to the left hand side. He's putting Herrera to the right, and he's just blocking everything off. The right back is getting a lot more of the ball for Celta Vigo.
And Celta are going to make their final change in a moment or two. Well, this is the last chance. But as I say, one goal will change the complexion of this if Celta were able to score. 2-0 on aggregate. Celta need to score twice without reply to knock Manchester United out. And from this position, what a shock that would be if it happened. Josabed has it back again. Josabed curls the ball into the area, but that's beyond everyone in a grey-blue shirt.
Nice football team, John Celta Vigo. I've got to say, they move the ball well. You can see how teams score against them, don't get us wrong, but
they've given a better account of themselves, haven't they?
Yes, they've played more football. At the final third, they are lacking. I know they beat Barca and Real, but they are lacking in the final third.
Yeah, won at the Bernabeu this season in the Copa del Rey, the first leg of the quarter-final. Here is Valencia on the halfway line with the captain's armband on, as he was in the first leg. Valencia is then just tripped there. Actually takes a quick free kick to Fellaini. Fellaini then plays it through to Rashford, but Rashford just beaten to it, although Cabral came across and Rashford played it under Cabral and behind for a corner. Cleverly done by Rashford. Well done.
Well, there'll be no rush, and he has a substitution.
So this is the final Celta Vigo change, and it's Sisto who is going to be replaced by Beauvue, the Guadeloupe international, who is he can play wide, but mainly he's a striker, Beauvue, to come on to play alongside Guidetti. So corner for Manchester United from the right hand side. Rashford to take this, an outswinger, but it's over everyone inside the penalty area. It actually bounced outside the box, and Josabed plays it up to Guidetti on the halfway line, but it's challenged by Damian all the way back to the edge of the Celta Vigo penalty area. Played out to Bongonda now. Bongonda to Iago Aspas. 2-0 on aggregate to Manchester United. It's still 5-3 on aggregate to Ajax in France. As Herrera puts in the challenge.
He's playing on that right hand side now, and silly foul to give away
on Beauvue. So it's a yellow card for Herrera. Free kick to Celta Vigo on that left flank. Josabed is across there to take it. Boldou, who has just come on, takes up position in between Fellaini and Bailly. And Josabed is still waiting for the signal. Manchester United's line on the edge of the area. Here it is, played in by Josabed. Bailly wins a very good header in there. Comes out to Bongonda. Bongonda's ball over the top. A stretch from Valencia, but he missed it, which was just as well because it bounced through for a goal kick to Manchester United.
That's where they've been lacking. I think the approach play at times has been good on the eye. Celta Vigo, they do move the ball well, but final third, I've got to say, apart from Sisto, I don't think really there's a threat.
Manchester United 1, Celta Vigo 0. Now we've just seen a shot from the crowd to our left, actually. Sir Alex Ferguson is here, Sir Bobby Charlton as well. Well, they always seem to be, don't they? He hardly ever seems to miss a game, Sir Alex Ferguson. This will be their first European final since his time. Lyon have scored again. Lyon 3, Ajax 1. So that is now 5-4 with 9 minutes to play. Here we also have 9 minutes to play, as Lingard has just been squared up to. Mayo was involved in that, and Hernandez as well, and it's a free kick to Manchester United. It's all calmed down. So in the other semi, 5-4. So another goal from Lyon. Pogba plays it through. Rashford in the area on the left-hand side. Good challenge comes in on him. It's Josabed actually who made his way back in there, and Mayo plays it out to him, where it's deflected out of play for a throw-in to Celta Vigo. Time continues to tick down. Poor throw straight to Lingard. Fellaini then to Rashford on the edge of the box. Rashford beats one man. He's got little support. It's there now from Herrera. Back to Lingard in the box. Shoots, but it's easily blocked. Josabed on the edge of the area. And Hernandez gives it back to Josabed, who opens his legs, plays it to the left-hand side. Johnny, now halfway inside the Manchester United half. Bongonda receives it closer to the touchline on the left flank. Bongonda, Aspas is available. Back to Josabed, who has to move quickly to his right. Low pass across the surface of the pitch to the right-hand side. Cross from the right, comes off the head of Blint and is then headed behind by Herrera at the back post for a corner.
It's a great ball in again. But they don't seem to get bodies in the box. They don't seem to want people who go and attack them crosses. There have been some 3 or 4 excellent crosses in the box.
Corner from the left-hand side for Celta Vigo. Josabed swings it in, and Romero comes and gets a dainty left-armed punch to the ball to well clear the penalty area. Celta back in possession. It's actually played all the way back to goalkeeper Alvarez. And now one of those signs that tells you that the end of the match isn't far away. The stewards in their day-glow jackets suddenly appear in their positions in front of the stands. And that will tell Celta Vigo that the end is nigh. 7 minutes to play. 1-0 on the night to Manchester United. Bongonda to the left corner of the penalty area. Then Fellaini puts in the challenge. And Celta have to go all the way back into their own half.
And Wayne Rooney's coming on.
Rooney? Yep. So that will be the second change for Manchester United. Here is Aspas. Shoots, blocked by Pogba. Runs to Bovo on the right side of the box, but Darmian got there first to scrape it behind for a corner.
Good move. Takes a shot nice and early. They didn't really appeal for it. It was a handball.
Pogba threw himself, Bailly threw himself into the path of it. And it hit the side of his body.
Yeah, no chance.
Rooney's just taking off his training top. Corner comes in from the right-hand side, and it hits a Manchester United man, Pogba I think it was, and bounces behind for a second consecutive Celta corner.
Rooney for Lingard or Rashford?
I'll say Lingard.
Yep.
Corner taken short. Bongonda in. It's headed in. Celta have scored. And suddenly everything changes. Boncaglia was there in amongst a crowd of players to nod it down into the bottom corner. Celta Vigo have equalised on the night. It's 1-1. It's 1-1 on the night. 2-1 on aggregate. And now Celta need one more goal without reply, and they'll go through to the final as Wayne Rooney comes on to replace Lingard.
Yep.
Chris Waddle.
Well, it's a simple goal again down his right hand side. Cross comes in. Marking's terrible. It's just a glance, a flick at it, just puts it on the target. Goalkeeper's rooted to the spot. To be fair, it goes in the side net. It's a great finish. Game on.
So 1-1, and now, well, the whole complexion has changed. Rooney has come on. There's a Manchester United player down. Hernandez with the foul. He's been booked. And now the players are gathering down because the United man, Valencia raised his arm to Guidetti, and Guidetti has ended up on the ground, and now a scuffle is breaking out. Fellaini has taken Bailly away from the scene of that, but I clearly saw Valencia move his arm towards Guidetti, who's gone down, clutching his face. The assistants are all on the field from all corners, and I think Valencia will go here if one of the officials must have seen that.
Well, what goes through people's minds if he gets a red card here?
Well, it's all calmed down now.
And Smalling's ready to come on.
And the Romanian referee has called... Well, how many assistants are on the field? There are 4 of the assistants are on the field near the centre circle.
Word with Valencia. He keeps pointing at him.
He's seen it, or someone saw it. Valencia, well, it's going to be a red card.
It's got to be.
And the referee now is just trying to calm down Guidetti, and now he's pointing again. He is pointing, well, Bailly actually. Red card. There's also a red card for a Celta Vigo player, and that is Bailly who's been sent off.
Yep, 24.
And Boncaglia. Yep. So the goal scorer, the man who's just scored the goal for Celta Vigo, is sent off, as is Eric Bailly. So obviously, if Manchester United do get through to the final, Bailly will be suspended and won't be able to play in Stockholm. Now, all this time, Wayne Rooney has been called across by Jose Mourinho and has been given strict instructions here. And we're just seeing a replay now of the incident when, well, away from Valencia, Pogba and Boncaglia squared up to one another. I beg his pardon, Bailly and
Rashford's coming off for Smalling.
So they're both down to 10 men. Well, and the score is 1-1.
They're actually still walking off together, and right next to each other.
It's carried on into the corner.
Yeah, look.
With Bailly and Boncaglia, and the two of them, the referee has run all the way across towards the two players who are walking off down the touchline, and has moved in between them. So they'll hear more about that from UEFA. There's no question. And Chris Smalling is going to come on, as you said, Chris, for Marcus Rashford. So after all that, we've now got 90 seconds to play. If you've just switched on, the score: Manchester United 1, Celta Vigo 1. So it is 2-1 to Manchester United on aggregate. But if Celta Vigo can score another one, then Manchester United will be out.
It'll be interesting to see how long they're going to play. I'm going to go 6 or maybe 8 minutes.
They have to be at least 6.
Yeah.
So Smalling is on for Manchester United. Celta Vigo had already made all of their changes, so they can't make another switch. As Michael Carrick now is bundled over by Aspas, who's on a yellow card. And again protests, but it's a free kick to Manchester United. And now you can feel the tension around Old Trafford, this semi-final tension. One goal could change everything. Pogba takes the free kick short to Carrick. Pogba then runs it away into the full-back position and is adjudged to have fouled Mayos. It's a free kick, and Manchester United pour everyone back into their own half.
They've got a back four there together. They've got Carrick, Fellaini and Pogba sat in front.
Celta take this free kick. We're in the 90th minute, so we will see the fourth official. And is that 9 minutes? I'm trying to see the number upside down. No, 6 minutes. 6 minutes. So there will be 6 minutes of added time. Right, stand by for a thoroughly nervy and tense last 6 minutes here as Celta Vigo try to score the goal that would knock Manchester United out at the semi-final stage of this Europa League. The ball is blasted out of play off Bongonda for a throw-in to Manchester United, who will of course be in no hurry here. Valencia is going to take this. Valencia, who I think was very fortunate to get away, incidentally, with that shove on Guidetti. Got away scot-free. Throw-in taken to Fellaini. The ball played forward for Manchester United. Rooney's now the man who's up front after Rashford's been substituted. Herrera's got some cramp, so he is going to be treated by Valencia over there. And the Celta Vigo supporters to our right are now all in sky blue, twirling their blue scarves above their heads in one corner of Old Trafford. Free kick to Manchester United. Referee has just told them to get on with it. 75,138 is the attendance inside the ground here this evening, as Fellaini is challenged.
I don't get what Celta Vigo are doing, John. I don't give them silly free kicks away. I know they want to get the ball back as quick as possible, but sometimes you've got to accept Man United's got possession.
It's headed out of play, but I mean, Cabral was all over Fellaini, and it's a free kick to United near the right corner of the box. And was that another yellow card in there for Cabral?
Yeah,
I think it was, for his challenge. So it's a free kick to United near the right corner of the box. 6 minutes of added time. We've already had almost two of them. Jose Mourinho prowls around with his hands in his pockets, staring at the ground. These are big moments for Manchester United. Whether they win this trophy, whether they play in the Champions League next season, the next few minutes are absolutely pivotal. Free kick that Rooney takes short. And Rooney with Pogba out there. Rooney runs it away then towards the corner flag. Rooney, who's making his 97th European appearance for Manchester United this evening. It might be his last as a United player here in Europe at Old Trafford. And the ball is blasted out of play on the halfway line after Celta clear it by Carrick, halfway up the lower tier of the Sir Alex Ferguson stand. We've now got 3.5 minutes of added time to play. Celta with the ball at the back. Manchester United now have to drop back because Celta come forward with Hernandez. Hernandez waits on it. He sees that Bongonda's come across here to the right hand side, and Bongonda up against Pogba on the right wing for Celta. Left footed cross, it's high, that's given Romero a good sight of it, and he's able to come to the edge of his 6-yard box and catch it easily.
Poor cross at this time of the game, and you need to put it in with a little bit of pace. Easy for the keeper to come and collect.
And it has finished Lyon 3, Ajax 1. So Ajax are in the final. It'll be Manchester United or Celta Vigo against Ajax in 13 days' time. But by no means are we sure yet who it's going to be. Deep in added time, Rooney has run the ball away downfield, and he's won himself and Manchester United a throw-in. And Rooney waits, he pulls up his white socks and takes the throw towards Fellaini, who scored the Manchester United goal, and Fellaini has turned his man, plays it in Pogba, the ball runs free, Herrera scores!
Free kick. Pogba.
But it was ruled out for Pogba's challenge.
Yes.
And the goal is ruled out. Well, Manchester United, Old Trafford, thought they'd done it there for a moment, but it was ruled out. So Celta Vigo come forward. Aspas has passed it straight out of play on the far side, and Johnny, I think, has pulled up with a little bit of cramp on the far side as well, and it's a throw-in to Manchester United. They thought they were there, but not yet, Chris.
No, just get a replay up. Pogba is a clear foul on Malo, and then that's obviously the finish from Herrera, but it was a free kick already. So
4.5 minutes of the 6 have been played now. Manchester United 1, Celta Vigo 1. 2-1 to Manchester United on aggregate, and Rooney cleverly wins a free kick on the right. There wasn't much in that challenge, but there was enough according to the referee, and it's a free kick almost halfway inside the Celta Vigo half, which is taken by Valencia, who overhits it through to Fellaini. Now that was a little naive. Mourinho turns away and actually Eduardo Perito has walked onto the pitch, the Celta Vigo coach. The fourth official is ushering him off the playing surface. Ball forward from Celta Vigo. Foul by Bohu on Herrera. and it's a free kick to Manchester United. They're nearly there.
I don't think that was a free kick, I've got to say. As soon as it hit, he jumped up in the air, he was falling, and as if it was being pushed, and I think they got away with it at 1-8, Man United. It's not a free kick, that at all.
Well, Boncaglia's goal changed everything in the 85th minute. Then we saw Boncaglia himself and Bailly sent off. So we have 6 minutes of added time. But Manchester United have been canny. They have been very canny in added time. And the 6 minutes are almost up. Manchester United seconds away from the final in Stockholm. One final Celta Vigo attack. It's into the penalty area. It's played across to Guidetti, who misses it. Bongonda could have shot for goal. Guidetti had the chance. He couldn't take it. And the final whistle goes. And Manchester United have done it. They're in the final. They've made it to Stockholm. And Celta Vigo's players drop down. So many of them now with their hands on their heads. It was close. It was much closer. Much too close for comfort for Manchester United. But they've done it. They're there. They're in the final.
Well, that was the main thing from Mourinho. I think he set up the team over these two legs to not get beaten, frustrate Celta Vigo, catch them on the counter-attack, and his game plan worked. All right, Guidetti there, what a chance, last kick of the game, could have put them through, wasn't to be. But Man United march on to the final.
But really there with that final chance, Bongonda, I felt, I mean, he had the chance and he chose to cross. And now Jose Mourinho has appeared and is walking down the touchline, and just as he did when Anderlecht were here, Jose Mourinho is making a beeline down the touchline to the corner where the Celta Vigo supporters are, and he is applauding and applauding, and he continues to walk, and he's pointing at them now, Jose Mourinho, and he is saying that was a brilliant performance, and he's pointing at them again, nodding his head and saying well done to them, and quite right too. They've been brilliant tonight, the Celta Vigo supporters. But Manchester United are there. They're in a seventh European final, and for the first time Manchester United will play for that trophy, that brilliant trophy that was the UEFA Cup and is now the Europa League trophy, which is here tonight. And they will play Ajax in Stockholm at the Friends Arena in Solna, the Solna area of Stockholm, on Wednesday the 24th of May. And they'll be favourites against that exciting young Ajax team. And Wayne Rooney, who actually, even though he was on the field for only a few minutes, played a big role in seeing that out in the final seconds. He applauds the rest of Old Trafford. So the final score tonight in the second leg, Manchester United 1, Celta Vigo 1, 2-1 to United on aggregate. And Mark Chapman's here with us.